Hey, what's up guys, Camp and Rusher here. Welcome back everybody to another Fortnite video. Today we talk about the update that's coming out tomorrow, what we know, what we can expect, and then a bunch of other little pieces of news today. And as always, thanks for being here. Make sure to stick around for the entire thing. If you could as well, touch that like button for me. 9,950. That's our goal today. All right, let's do it. So let's start off right away with 12.3. There's been no official announcement yet, but from the past here, every single big update, point 1, point 2, have been Tuesday morning at the normal downtime, 4 a.m. Eastern. So this should be the exact same tomorrow. I don't expect anything different. They've kind of been on the ball for consistency, which has been nice. We know, I know for sure what day I'm staying up. So again, make sure you are subscribed to the channel if you're not already, because I will keep you up to date on all the things tomorrow. Tomorrow's expected to be the biggest one yet, and the reason for that is just the amount of things we expect to come out so far. So the first one would be the new item, the new weapon. And what one we can point to for sure, or a huge possibility, are the dual pistols. Now, Deadpool, I believe, is set to release the skin on Friday when the next challenges come out. And that's when, so I don't, April 3rd, something like that. Whatever this upcoming Friday is. Yes, April 3rd. So it could make sense to release his legendary dual pistols that are in the files on the Monday right before. Otherwise, we'd be waiting 2 full weeks or about a week and a half after Deadpool releases for his weapon to come out. So dual pistols is my guess. That's our first thing we know. Of course, we have cosmetics, bunch of cosmetics. They've been pretty good this season. We just had a bunch of packs, a lot of good skins released in the last couple weeks, so I will of course cover all those. And then on top of that, the spy games, which I've been loving. If you could probably tell, there's another spy games in the background. I think they're fun, man. I think they're a good time. The knockout was fun. It was fun when you had a full team with you. I found it a blast. There's a good mix of tryhards and then casual. As I said, that mode was going to be. It kind of works for everybody. And there's a lot of teamwork involved as well. Drop zone was fun as well. I think the best part is just grinding to upgrade the new skills, the new weapons, because then it gives you an advantage, or I guess gives you a chance against the people who have it when you go up against them in game. So we're going to have probably 2 new spy games announced, because we had 2 on the last 12.2 update. And then we will be able to see kind of what's up next for tiers. Are you guys Team Shadow or Team Ghost in that one? Let me know. I'm Team Shadow, and again, I've been enjoying it. So other than that, the last thing I would say, because that's all the stuff we've kind of gotten used to. And then I would say the live event. Anything event related, we really think there's going to be an event this season. So I think 12.3 is usually when you get your first indication of what that event's going to look like. Maybe it's a bunch of encrypted files, which will again point us towards at least saying that there will be an event at the end of the season. I will be caffeinated. I will be ready at 2 a.m. my time. Once downtime begins, we'll have 2 or 3 videos going out over the 24-hour period. So it's going to be a fun time. Moving on to the news today. First off is from Donald Mustard, and he's the creative director at Epic Games. He tweeted this: "How am I just now discovering Gravity Falls? My daughter and I finishing up season 2 now. One of the best things ever, like ever. I bow to you, Alex Hirsch." And of course, Alex Hirsch is the creator of the TV show. The reason I bring this up is because I don't know if we've ever mentioned it before, but it goes in with one of the replies. A lot of people already thought Donald Mustard had watched this show, because so many of the Fortnite storyline events and pieces seem to have been based off of parts of this show. Now, I haven't actually seen the show myself, but here's the screenshot I'm talking about. And someone replied, a bunch of people replied with it. So you've got kind of the comparisons from Fortnite to the show, all right? And you can see there is definitely some similarities. Of course, some of them are reaching a little bit, but a bunch of the things could very easily be argued that they were inspired by the Gravity Falls show. So a lot of people just expected that the creative director behind the Fortnite storyline was a fan of the show. So I don't think he's necessarily teasing a crossover or anything like that. I just think it's funny that we thought this months ago. He was a huge fan. He was taken from here, but now maybe he will take from here a little bit. Maybe a crossover, who knows? But more so, I'd love to see if we get more elements of the storyline inspired by this show, because Donald Mustard is now publicly a big fan of it. I gotta watch this show now, is what I think I'm getting from this. Moving on here, HypeX. A surfing glider is in the works, probably for the summer, and 2 other synced emotes too. glider codename, template surfer, and surfer style. So eventually these are coming out. I'll show you a quick clip of what he's talking about. There we go, a surfer glider and some other emotes as well that may come with it. And this is it's kind of just based off of surfing being a hot summer sport, and thus this will obviously be coming in the summer. So let me know your thoughts. Are you excited for summer? Do you think they'll do something like the 14 days of summer? They usually take a nice little 2-week break. 14 days of Christmas, 14 days of summer are kind of their big ones. But with everything going on in the world right now, their whole office is already working from home. I'm sure they'll still give everyone some sort of break, but will there be another 2 weeks off, technically? I don't know. Does that affect it at all? I have no idea. Just kind of want to hear your thoughts. Moving on here, I saw this post come up multiple times yesterday, and it got me thinking, man. It really got me thinking, and it starts with this. Just so you all know, before the pump buff of Season 6, it had more range and did similar damage than the present pump. So overall, throughout the seasons, we end up back not at square one, but at square 1/2, with a low damage pump topped off with low range epic logic, by the way. And there's been so many changes to this. I'm showing you the screenshot here of what he's talking about. There's been so many changes with the pump shotgun that you kind of lose track, even me. Like, I'm supposed to know all this stuff. And with that being said, yeah, I forgot, man. Like, with this pump shotgun, I mean, the purple and the gold are still good, but I couldn't even tell you. The purple and the gold right now must be close to the blue pump back in the day, especially range-wise, right? The range is the biggest thing. The range has fallen off a huge amount. But I think his point is, we just forgot, and the pump shotgun is at such a low point compared to where it once was. But I think the argument against that is there's 5 different versions of it now, and obviously the purple is very good. The blue, blue is decent. Anything a green or lower, I always go with the tack, just because the pump, you don't have enough chance to do a lot of damage. You got to be right up close, zoomed in, right on the head to really have any significant chance of doing some big damage, at least with my aim. And I don't know about you guys, but with all this being said, and I know this is one thing that Fortnite I think is lacking on, is the little adjustments. Last big update, we did have a grappler nerf and we had a C4 nerf. But other than that, we really haven't had balance changes. And balance changes, I gotta be honest, it used to excite me. I'm a Fortnite nerd. I like seeing little balances, little adjustments you have to make to your loadout or how you're gonna play around those balance changes. There used to be, you guys remember, 4, 5, 6 balance changes per week, right? And I know that came with them adding a lot more items, OP stuff, but it also just meant them constantly changing the meta and keeping it fun. So I know we've always got something to complain about. They're doing great this season, but one thing I do miss is them making constant little changes to weapons and always having to learn something a little new every week. Let me know your thoughts. Would you prefer the pump to be buffed a little bit, kind of like it used to be in the old days? The pump is very weak right now compared to how it used to be. And I just kind of wanted to know your thoughts. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it is Sunday, and on weekends there's usually not too much news, which makes sense. Everyone's taking a break, but I had to get up a video for you today, so I spent an hour or two over the last couple days browsing, making sure I had some good old concepts. So these next 3 are concepts. One of them is awesome. Let's start with this one just to give you a reason to stick around. There are a lot of cosmetics this sub wants, but can we universally agree that this is the #1 request? And it's simply just an emote for a hug. Peace was always an option is the description, and you can see who made it there, linked down below, William Bash. And what a nice thing, especially in these weird times. I think this would just be, one, a great seller for them, but two, just hilarious. I haven't bought an emote in a long time. Still buying skins all the time. I'm a skin guy. But the hug emote would be purchased right away by me. So let me know your thoughts. That one had 8.4k upvotes. So there's been a lot of good concepts coming out on Reddit lately. And it usually happens in the second week when it's a bit slower news update wise. On top of that, a skin concept here before we go into my favorite one is the Rubik 1200 V-Bucks, a Rubik's Cube skin. And I think it's designed well. It's colorful, it's fun, and of course represents the theme he's trying to talk about. And I think you can solve it in game is what he says. So you crouch, it makes a certain row go upwards, aim is you make something else rotate, and shoot is to do something else. So that would be a little complicated. Maybe I've never actually solved a Rubik's Cube in real life, but maybe I could pull it off in Fortnite if they were able to do that. Probably not. I'm getting my hopes up. Another great concept. Finally, this is probably my favorite one of the three, a little bit more detailed. It's a concept to bring back previous seasons through a DLC. Play custom lobbies, bot lobbies, and battle lab on whatever season you would like. Downloading the map is not a problem, since this mode would not be required to download to play normal Battle Royale. More details in the comments. And yeah, you can see here what he means. It's one that just looks epic. Ghostly, go check it out on Reddit. He'll be linked down below. This is an epic one, but basically you can go back. I saw HypeX tweet a picture of the map about a week ago, the old map where we had the floating island, right? Way back when it first came out, and he said this was my favorite map ever in Fortnite. That tweet had 20,000 likes, and that's up from his normal 5 to 7. So people, I mean, nostalgia works, right? Of course, that was one of my favorites too. Why not have the option for us to go back and as a DLC play some of this stuff? I don't know. Are you a big fan? You get the point. I was showing you pictures as I was talking there. You could verse bots, you could verse your buddies, or you could just explore a little bit and again, get that nostalgia feeling kicked up. There's nothing wrong with that. It's a good feeling, and I think a lot of people are feeling this in the later times of Fortnite. We're still in a good time. It's definitely at a healthy plateau, but back in the day, relive some of those big moments on some of our favorite spots throughout the Fortnite world. So that's all I got for you today, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know if you enjoyed. I'll see you tomorrow night, Tuesday morning technically, for the update. There'll be lots of videos coming out this week, so make sure you stick around. And yeah, touch that like button for me as well if you could. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Code the Campin' Rusher. Take care. Talk soon. Goodbye.